It's Theros Chaos time in the mythic odyssey of Theros, our D&D adventure across the ancient Greek-inspired world. And it's going to be an extra chaotic session today, I can tell. First of all, what happened last session? What do you remember? Where were you? What did you do?
I remember meeting the bear.
You remember meeting the bear?
We left a lantern.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the tavern and we didn't start a brawl.
So the hippocamps, the hippocamp that you saved, gave you a lift to Perseus, a little seaside harbour village on the far northern border of Akros. And yes, you found a tavern called Salt and Sand, and didn't start a brawl. Instead, you spent about 10 minutes opening and closing a door.
It's a cool new feature.
You enjoyed that door.
We also messed with the windows.
You also, tried to open the window and mess around with those, and good fun. Features that will be used again at some point when I want to do indoor maps again. Who did you meet at the bar? Who was in the tavern? There was a bunch of strangers of interesting design. Who was there?
There was another servant of Eberros.
There was. There was another assassin brooding in the corner, or at least an agent of Erebus, that you spoke to in Thieves' Cant. So that you basically spoke in common to him, but in this coded language, and were able to just about communicate with each other. And found out that the desert is filled with undead, and Erebus doesn't want them to be undead, he wants them to be dead. Who else was there?
A very garlicky paladin who may or may not have been a throwback to one of my old characters, which was appreciated. I love the DM nod there.
I don't think anyone actually asked him his name.
No one cared because then there was Frankos!
Because somebody introduced yourselves as the good dudes, which caught the attention of the kitchen chef. Good old Frankos and his cute little artwork. Who gave you some Frankos pops, some deep fried something, questionable substance. And
it wasn't something, he told us. It was the bear shark that we told him how to salt and preserve the meat.
From about 2 or 3 months prior in game.
It's well fermented and very moist and fell apart in my mouth. Frankos is amazing.
Definitely didn't need to hold your vomit in. And yes, there were the Acronians there that Sogeg had a good old long conversation with, finding out that the people of Akros were told that the Prince Sogeg had died, and that there was a lot of issues going on with the royal family. Because he managed to disguise himself as a centaur with the help of Bennett's significantly better disguise kit skills. And Pogeg's coconuts.
That's the most convincing part.
And then you had a nice long conversation with a strange bear man. Boris the bear man. Does anyone remember what Boris actually said to you, or were you just too enamored by his voice?
Follow path Find Oni.
So he was essentially one of the treasure hunter adventurers that sets off into the desert of Phobos, loots some of the old ruins, and comes back to sell on what they found and rinse repeat. And you asked, whether or not the Oni that robbed you had shown up, and he did say that he had seen a fairly waterlogged Oni about a week prior that pushed on into the desert but hadn't been seen again. So that is the trail you're currently following, as well as just wanting to go into the desert to go and make some money, have some adventures, and find out about some of Sogeg's mystery histories, as there's a lot of threads leading into the desert. And as you push forward along the tracks, heading deeper in, you found a bunch of crabs wearing skulls as shells, picking apart the remains of a traveller. And you decide to steal one of them, then lightning bolt them, then cover them in hail, and that's where we pick up. So, one additional feature of this particular session, while our player for Sogeg is not feeling too great today, we will have Zholk also playing Sogeg's character and Skuttz playing Pogeg. So that should be a laugh.
I'm already confused. Don't worry about it.
So, with the crabs now well alerted to your presence and currently scrambling and scuttling, is there anything else you'd like to do before they just sort of scatter? Because they don't seem to be aggressive. They don't seem to be running for you and trying to pinch you. They're more like, oh shit, we just got electrocuted, and they're not used to the concept of snow, so they are panicking.
Hey, you guys, while they're confused, let's throw them in the pocket. As she, does an eyebrow wiggle and starts to open the pocket in her shirt. Okay, fuck it. Chaos. She throws it on the ground, fluff breezing in the wind as she runs over. She'll run over here. They seemed really distracted last time. They're not paying any attention. They're busy snacking. Come on. She waves as she'll
They
sneak
know
over.
they know you're there. They're just panicking and freaking out, so they're sort of like waving their claws in the air and ducking into their skull shells and.
Oh, that makes it even easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of put a ice storm down on top of them.
And Zolk lightning bolt them, and then also injured everybody else.
All right, yeah. So let's just start tossing them in. She's gonna throw her shirt down right next to her.
Just go collecting crabs.
Fluff breezing in the wind as she's gonna reach for the nearest crab right here to try to just dunk him into the shirt.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Oh, come here, little guy. Oops.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay. Let me grab the list that's in the bag as well. So you pick up the crab, and with it already retreated into its skull shell, it's not resisting you as you just plop it straight into the bag.
Oh, come on, you guys. Granny would love these. She excitedly will go to the next one.
Does anyone want to help Skuttz collect the crabs?
I have a question. How was it was it piety or story points to cast a spell you can't physically cast?
Either. I'll let you do either.
One we got more of here. Oh, it's about the same.
I am curious as to what you're about to do, though.
So, trying to think of how to do a Sogeg voice here. God damn it.
Come on, Sogeg, what we're doing?
It's going to spend... I think the most inconsequential one's piety, so 6 piety to cast mass suggestion.
Okay. Okay, give me a minute to see if these will even be affected by mass suggestion. And also, I don't think he can. He didn't get mass suggestion from the Pale Screamer. He has that from an epithet.
Oh, does he? Right. Where's that?
So you wouldn't be able to cast it simply because the target needs to be up to 12 creatures of choice that can hear and understand. Oh, wait, no, he can speak to animals.
Speak to animals.
They can understand him.
understand him.
Fuck! God damn it. All right, okay, it will work. Oh, well.
I should just do Sogeg's voice. You don't think you can? You do Sogeg and I'll voice him.
Yeah, let's team play this one.
Right. Well, you know, fellas, these crabs, they just need someone to tell them what to do. As he casts his spells.
So you're going to spend 6 of Sogeg's piety for funsies. And what's the suggestion?
Get in the shit.
Okay, get in the bag. What saving throw was it? It was wisdom. Wisdom, yeah. What's it to beat? What's his save?
His DC's 14 by the looks of it.
Okay, so we've got 6 grabs.
Like, there's nothing you can do with piety above 50, right? Just to make sure I'm not wasting it for nothing.
No.
Good.
No, like bonuses you unlock. It's just for spending it on this lot, yeah.
Then this is fine.
Okay, so 3 succeed the save, and 3 don't as they just suddenly go kind of catatonic and just sluggishly, zombie-like stagger and dump themselves into Skutz's granny bag, the atypical granny sack.
Oh yeah, Granny's gonna love these. That's like a whole matching set.
So that was 3 more in there. Let me just add 3 more in there. You currently have 5 in there.
What could a few more crabs hurt?
There's 3 more. Does anyone have any other suggestions on how to claim these last ones? Before they run away, I'll give you one last thing before they're just going to start scuttling away. Bury themselves in the sand.
Those that resist must die.
Then again, they can't move very quickly. They are crabs, so they are going to start scuttling as far away from the scary Unibor as possible. Okay. You guys, what would you like to do as the crabs run for cover? I'm not going to make you roll initiative. I'm just going to let you pick and choose how you want to murder these innocent animals. They do wear the skulls of dead creatures as protection, so they can't be that innocent, I guess.
I feel like Pogeg would run over and kick this guy to make sure that he's actually dead. While
he's got his new bronze booties. He's got to test them out.
Yeah. So he runs up and he just kicks him, and we're like, Skuttz isn't gonna chase after him. She wanted to catch him, so if anybody else wants to go after them, she's just gonna chill here and watch.
Got target practice. Who wants target practice? Zholk, have you ever hit anything with your gastrophetes? These crabs might be an option.
I have, but I'm not going to say no.
Otherwise, I have a fun idea. I think I haven't used I have something where I can. What is it? 3 rocks that I can hand to somebody else.
Oh God, you do.
Magic stone. I haven't
Yeah.
used that yet. So if somebody wants to
if
come over,
someone
I can
else
hand you
throws
some
it, it
rocks you
counts
can
as if
throw.
Skuttz throw it, so it gets all the calamity bonus.
Ooh.
Yeah. Does anyone
Someone's
want?
supposed to bean someone with a rock.
I'll try.
Skuttz will use her action or bonus action to make the three pebbles, and she'll hand one to each of you.
Well, we've got 3 coconuts. Who can knock them down? So it would be basically an improvised weapon attack. So you basically would roll your strength or dexterity, whichever you want to, because you wouldn't add your proficiency.
Okay.
But they would just take a stupid amount of a stupid amount of damage.
God, it's a cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
It's a bonus action and a cantrip. Why haven't I been using this?
Yeah.
Wait, you still got the. You're still stupid strong.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you've got the gauntlets of ogre power.
For no reason.
So it takes d6 plus 3 plus the d10. So roll. So it'd be Zholk and Sogeg would roll a d10, a d6, and then you get a plus 3 plus 4 because you'd add your strength to it as well.
D10, D6, plus 4 was it?
So plus 7 because it's plus Skutz's charisma and your strength.
Right, okay. And I'll copy that. So, first one.
I know that's not technically how it works, but I don't care. This is more fun.
And the second.
Okay, the 2 outside crabs you just see Zolk skim this rock, and it throws fairly soft initially, and then just seems like something else just flings it like it's just being shot through a cannon as it just punches a hole straight through one of the crabs. Nurturing, the spell doesn't quite kick in for you, or at least if it does, but the shot goes wide. You weren't expecting that level of power behind it. Sogeg's one pings, hits another crab, down that one goes. Bennett, go ahead and roll a d10 plus d6 plus 8. You have a plus 5 to your dex.
Sorry, 1d10 plus.
1d10 plus 1d6 plus 8. That's 21 points of damage. As Bennett, with the precision of an assassin, you beam it right between the skull of the bone crabs, or the eyes of the skull of the bone crab, and it just shatters into pieces. The innocent animals are now dead. Well done. You beamed some running away crabs with rocks.
Oh, you guys! I didn't know this would make you throw stuff good too. Also, like, really dumb use of it, but what a way to find out we can like hailstorm some rocks on people if we need to.
Yeah, I might try and remember that you don't add both of your bonuses to that one, but it's more fun. It's fine.
Whatever you want to do in the end. But yeah, that's really neat. Okay. Wow. That was fun. She like cracks her knuckles and like looks around. Okay, stop kicking that guy. And
It's
she'll like pick him up and
definitely
put
dead.
him back in. Put him back in. And we all know that.
There's not much flesh still on this poor person's body after being eaten by those now either dead or worse than dead crabs as you sent them to Granny.
Mr. Burbles is gonna start following these tracks.
So, is that all you want to do? Just leave the bodies as they are, or are you gonna? Is there anything else on the map you'd want to poke around?
We do a good bit of scavenging on these to see if there's anything on them.
It could be an investigation check.
Oh no.
You're an artificer, you've got a high intelligence. Come on. There
Apparently
you go.
I've proficient in this.
Exactly. You've got to remember you're playing a high intelligence Zholk. This is Zholk 3. You have a poke around. Like I said, most of this corpse has already been eaten. Probably only been here for a few hours, but you get the feeling that most of the smaller life that survives in this desert are scavengers and carrion feeders like this. But with the nature of how the body fell off of the horse, it seemed to have been like clutching or sort of doubled over a small sack or small bag that seems to. It's got a few cuts and rips and that thought as the bone crabs weren't exactly delicate as they were eating this poor dead creature. But it seems to be mostly in one piece.
It's not surprising the crabs wouldn't care about what's inside it. But the rat does.
Are you opening the bag?
Yes.
Okay. There is a small, perfectly spherical orb made of granite, about the size of your fist. Well, a bit bigger because Zolk's only tiny. About the size of, say, Bennett or Nadrin's fist.
Now I could identify this, or I could just hand the rock to the person that likes throwing rocks. Hey Skuttz, do you want a rock?
I love rocks. She'll reach out for it.
Can you remind me what languages you speak? I know we've got some primordial. I'm trying to think if we've got any other ones.
Celestial.
Gnomish, Celestial.
Although I am starting to believe that gnomes don't exist in this universe.
I do tend to forget that gnomes don't exist.
Sylvan, Primordial, Celestial.
And Draconic, apparently.
Okay. Those that can read Primordial can see a single word that seems to be shaped out of the crystalline veins that surround this granite orb, and it seems to read the word stone.
Skuttz just busts out laughing. Oh, you guys, this rock says stone. And it's made of stone. She just like falls over cackling. Because the rock says it's a rock.
It is literally a rock labeled rock.
Oh, I can't wait to throw this. It'll rock. She just laughs some more. I'm going to stop with the puns. You're only going to get worse from here.
It is a rock and stone.
Skuttz will stand up, brushing herself off, and she'll drop it in the granny pocket.
You put it in the granny pocket.
No, No, we'll put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. I was going to say you don't want to find out what it is before you dump it in the granny pocket. Other than it's the stone rock.
It's good throwings.
Okay.
You said it's a rock and stone, so if it doesn't summon dwarves, I'm disappointed.
That is fair. You'll have to use it and find out if it's even something you can use other than just a stone or a rock that is labelled stone. Like somebody that's just got themselves a label gun and is just naming everything.
Oh my god.
The magical label gun.
It's like Skuttz did the same thing when she was little.
I mean, Zholk, as an artificer, you actually have that ability. Your minor infusions, you can just go around and label things.
Oh.
Because one of the things you can do is just put up to 25 words of writing on something, or 25 letters of writing on something.
Does it cost me anything?
Nope, it's literally your artificer cantrip. It's your level 1 ability.
So, into this man's skeleton, I would now like to carve died holding pet rock.
Okay.
And now anyone who comes this way understands what
I like
happened.
that you put that on its bones and not like, found a headstone or something like that. You're just like, what, I'm just going to carve into this thing's bones that he died cuddling his pet rock.
What's he gonna do? Roll?
I mean... So, aside from the rock that says stone, this person doesn't seem to have any other items of interest on them. Most of their clothes have already been torn and either eaten. It didn't seem to have much in the way of wealth or jewellery. Would you like to further investigate what happened, or if you just got your loot now and it's time to go?
He cuddled his pet rock. That's all we need to know.
That's fair. You pay attention to the important things. Just note down in the party inventory that you've got the stone rock.
This guy, do you think his horse's name was Horse?
It suits his theming that we found so far, so I'm going to say yes.
Wow. This guy was real practical. I can appreciate that. Can Skuttz glean anything? She's not very smart or wise, though, so I don't think...
Make a medicine check.
On his horse. And now he's not on the horse anymore.
Yeah, it was a person that was riding a horse. He died. He protected his rock to the end, and was as practical as yourself, considering you've named Mr. Burbles because he burbles, and you named Mr. Nugget because he was made into chicken nuggets.
I'll keep this safe for you, pal. She just nods to the corpse. It's her
kindred
pet rock
spirit.
Now. I'll take the best care of Stone.
I'll be so glad I picked this
His name
item.
is Guy.
Yeah, you found the body of Guy and his pet rock stone and his horse mare.
What go through my head? I just didn't say anything.
I was trying to think what his name would be, and I was like, oh.
I was like, is it Guy or Dude? Was that his name?
Well, we've clearly solved this case. Skuttz looks off into the sunset as Sogeg's helmet poof blows in the wind majestically.
Get out your little bubble pipe. Your
As he
magnifying glass.
reminisces about his headband of intellect and
Be in the sun somewhere. Okay. So is that everyone finished with the bodies? You've met Guy, his pet Rockstone, and his horse Mare.
Full name, Guy Man.
His full name, Guy Man.
Wow. We'll have to tell this guy's story every time I bring out stone.
I'm going to use Guy Man as an actual character name now.
Yeah, it's this guy.
Hello, I am Guy Man. Welcome to Human Village. Okay, definitely not a doppelganger. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say, that would be actually a really scary hook right out the gate. I'm like, ooh, my goosebumps just activated.
Beautiful.
Okay, shall I move you on along the trail, or is there anything else you'd like to poke around?
Pretty satisfied with this outcome.
Pretty satisfied. I think, yeah, we have achieved what you need to achieve. So you will carry on walking along the desert scrublands. There's still a bit of life here and there, mostly palm trees, cacti, that kind of thing. It's a fairly typical desert, essentially. It's not like full sand dunes, more of a wasteland kind of thing. Let's move you to the next part. You come across a small valley along this trail, which seems to dip down into a bit of a pit and then come back up at the other side.
Oh.
Definitely not suspect. It's okay.
Walk up over to the edge of it. How far down does it go? Is it pretty steep?
It probably drops about 30 feet down at the very lowest point. Like a slope going down. It's almost like a cone shape.
Would like to activate my cauldron and sand sled down the hill in it.
You're going to sled down the hill in your cauldron.
Cowabunga!
Okay. While Skuttz is preparing her cauldron, does anyone else want to do anything?
Is this a crater or a sand blister?
Give me a nature check.
Oh god. Nature.
It's a sandy hole, and that's about as much as you can tell. You aren't really used to being in desert and dry places like this, so you don't really have a lot of experience with how sand tends to pile. It definitely looks purposeful as opposed to a natural occurrence.
Right, I'm gonna look up how long it takes to create my bike.
I knew I should have made this map bigger just so you could use your vehicles. Okay. So
8 hours? Ah, oh,
yeah,
Christ.
you got to make it over a long rest.
I can't go dirt biking.
I mean, oh no, it did break last time. You have not made it since you ran it into a tree.
I forgot about that.
I did. That was the crowning use of it.
Yeah, okay.
I destroyed that tree.
So, Skuttz, with your cauldron, give me a dexterity saving throw as you try and control it as on its rapid descent to the center of this pit.
Oh no.
Okay. You slide as it picks up speed and picks up speed, hooting and putting your hands in the air like you just don't care, as it slides and hits the bottom of this pit with a thud as you tumble out of it a little bit. Give me a dexterity saving throw for yourself. There.
Skuttz is just like happily
Down.
happily giggling. Like she got tired of being in a town. She hates behaving herself. Dexterity save. Oh,
As you tumble out and just plant face first into the sand. You need any money? Okay. Whisper this so it's not as obvious. I also need to change its name because it's still based on the old one. Okay. What is the Hag Vehicle's static AC? So it's got two different ACs, one when it's moving and one when it's not.
19 while motionless.
19. So, as you settle into the base of this pit, giggling away at the fun, getting ready to pick up the cauldron and do it all over again, a enormous pair of jaws comes out of the ground and latches around the Hag vehicle as it takes 18 piercing damage. And then I need it to make a dexterity saving throw.
Granny's not gonna be happy.
As it gets swallowed by this thing. Okay.
Good thing it was soup flavored, not Skuttz.
And with that, I'd like everyone to please roll initiative. It's pretty full on Hag vehicle though, so.
Well, at least I filled its jaws with an inanimate object.
Well, it's
Right.
you fill part of its stomach with an inanimate object. It's swallowed it. It's not holding it in its jaws. It's inside
no.
it now.
Oh, we gotta
Wait,
bust
what?
this guy. We gotta get it back.
I got a crit for Sogeg.
Wait, what?
Neil also got a crit.
Okay. You're like, oh yes, we get to fight something. Hell yeah.
Oh, I get do. Skuttz
Yes,
has,
you have advantage on it. You get to reroll
that's
it.
neat.
Yeah.
Didn't help, but I remembered.
So you have a 17, not a 14. Bennett, we need yours as well.
Then it had to go.
Oh, as he shut
Uh,
off, I
I
missed his
can
message.
take control of Bennett if you want.
Yeah, if we want to do that, we'll just split up everyone's characters. That's
It's the double character session.
it's going to be the double character session just so we can keep playing.
Yeah,
It's fun.
he messaged me Discord.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to do everything on here, so I missed it. Right, you should have his character sheet now, so I'll give you a moment to have a look through that.
I'll roll his initiative, and now I'll have a quick look through his in my entire life.
The issue is I'm still not done reading all of the stuff on this sheet. So I'm still not fully attuned to what is even possible.
It's fine. What's the worst that can happen?
That's a spell I've never seen before. Hang on.
So, first in the order, when you're ready, it would be Neil to see this giant pitworm burst out of the centre of this sandy pit and swallow Skutz's cauldron whole.
Okay. There it is, 34. So. About there.
Okay. I need him to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, dex saving throw. That's just dex if he doesn't have the thing, right?
Yeah. Okay. He manages to keep his footing on the unstable sand.
And he is going to guiding spittle on it.
Yep. So it manages to connect, but the acid doesn't burn through. It didn't actually meet the AC, but it's a giant worm, so it would probably have hit. It's just not hit anything solid.
Okay. And that's all he can do, so we're gonna see if he gets his guidance spell back. He gets it back.
As he
Right.
should do. I knew
He's
that
failed
recharge
this, like,
wasn't going
once.
to slow
He
that
failed
down.
it once so far, I think.
Okay. Sogeg, are you ready?
So, minor question. So I found the bonus range from the tattoo, but I remember him having bonus range from other things.
So his normal dice stun has a 15-foot reach.
Ah, right, okay.
But has a disadvantage if it's something within 5 feet of him, but has a ways to negate that fairly easily. And then he's got his tattoo, which he's already used today, so you can't use it because he used it in the tavern.
Damn it. No.
He used it for the memes.
That sounds about right.
The only way.
Mixed with one of his wrathful smites.
Oh,
In fact, if I remember rightly, he used it to grab a drink from the bar while sitting across at the other side of the room. That was the whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah?
Yeah. That's all he used it for.
So that end, we're just gonna go sliding down the crater.
Okay, I need a dexterity saving throw from Sogeg. And yeah, Pogeg would still be in his pocket, so I'll keep him with him. Okay, he loses his footing in the sand and begins to slide. Falls prone.
Ah, never mind. We didn't get closer how I wanted to.
He's fallen on his side, or on his scorpion stomach.
Legs aren't strong enough to pick
He's
him
got
up.
he's only got tiny baby
He's
legs.
still in the
It's
centaur
okay.
costume.
Yeah, he's still in the centaur costume. His legs are tied together.
You can still
Sorry.
jab at something while on the floor, right?
Yes. Let me actually have a look at the details of the prone condition. Prone. Only movement option is to crawl unless you stand back up. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, and attack rolls against you have advantage if it's within 5 feet of you, otherwise it has disadvantage. So it's a disadvantage on your attack roll while you're on the floor.
Right. And I don't have enough movement to get back up because it needs half?
It's half, yeah. Unless you've got the athletic feat, which I don't think anyone does.
I remember. Yes.
He's got the epithet, not the feat.
Ah, right. Okay.
Let me just double check to see whether or not they are actually different in that sense.
Was it
Athletic. No, he gets proficiency in acrobatics and athletics, and he gets advantage on skills to do with wrestling, including arm wrestling.
Oh.
It's his arm wrestling epithet.
Right. I guess is taking the dash action fine for getting up?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then
So you stand yourself back up.
we can't not have our minimum required compelled duels a session.
Okay. So
Fight me, big beast.
A wisdom saving
That's the
throw.
spirit.
It fails. Would you like to make it a skull-taking challenge?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to know what a skull-taking challenge is first, or just do it?
We're doing it, but yes.
So, when he compels duel, he can declare he will take its skull for Mogis. When the declaration is made, the following effects begin. The compelled creature can no longer take fatal damage from anyone other than you, and you no longer need to concentrate on compelled duel. And when you claim its skull, you gain piety depending on the difficulty of the challenge. So it might gain him a bunch of piety, but you now have made it immune to fatal damage unless it's Sogeg specifically causing that damage.
This explains how he had 70 piety.
This also explained how the Spinosaur survived for so long.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be careful not to go down, or we might have a problem.
I mean, if it goes down, Compelled Duel will stop working, and it will become vulnerable to normal damage. It's just that he'll have failed the challenge.
Okay. All right.
So it is currently
Okay.
compelled to duel Sogeg.
Right, that's all for Ratgeg.
There you so gig much. Wow.
Okay, Bennett.
Okay, so I measured this 30 foot. So Bennett's gonna go to here,
Yeah.
and he's gonna cast Bane.
Bennett casting a spell? What? Yeah, he's had spells since day one, but
I don't know what the saving throw, what the DC is.
It would be Bane from gods.
Because he doesn't
it would
have
be
it.
from Erebus. Cast Bane based off his wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, so that is a
So 8 plus
spell save DC of 11.
Oh, there we go. Spell save DC of 11. Fantastic.
I set it on his sheet.
Well, it got a 4. It is baned.
Ah, I did it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And
Because that means it's a minus D4 to any of its further saving throws and attack rolls.
yeah. And
That's
I don't
spicy.
think I can do anything else.
You've got a cunning action if you want to take a bonus action to move anywhere else.
Yeah, I'll take a cunning action and move. Is it full movement again?
Yeah, basically taking the dash action. It's a
Okay,
bonus
so-
action.
He'll go up to there.
Okay. Has he got a climbing speed?
No.
How far was that distance then?
25.
Okay, yeah, yeah, it's close enough.
I counted.
Okay. Skuttz, you're currently prone. in front of this pitworm that just chowed down on your cauldron.
Okie dokie. I would like to use my bonus action to go into a
Well,
rage in my.
before that, I
Oh.
need... So it'll be okay. This should be fun. The cauldron takes 15 points of acid damage as it gets digested.
Break. Roll 20.
I believe that destroys the high vehicle.
Oh, I'm on the ruler.
There you go.
Yeah, that destroys it.
Okay.
I couldn't figure it out every time that gets.
It got digested. But it's not the end of the cauldron. You can always make another one if you survive all this. You never know. Okay, now you can continue your turn.
All right. Yeah. Step 1. She's gonna go into a rage.
First of all, let's make you bigger.
I can make one. Oh. Energy floods into your body until your rage ends.
Okay, so you
one
get
additional
3.
attack when you attack the action. Yeah.
Oh wait, 1 additional attack. So you make 3 attacks when you attack rather than 2.
Yeah, but it's only attacks. Okay. Cool. And I can't attack while prone, so I have to use my
You
action
can
to stand
attack
up.
while prone, but you would be at disadvantage. It's a free action to stand up, but it costs half your movement.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't be going anywhere.
So you may as well stand up.
Okay. So Skuttz will stand up, and then, seeing that this beast is now fixated on Sogeg, she sees an opening to just start wailing on it with the granny stick.
Get it bonked. Which end of the granny stick are you using there?
Oh, the axe head.
Yeah,
If
using
it
the
will
axe head.
load. Flashing. Well, I guess that one says.
Okay. Big bonk.
I'm not going to recklessly attack.
You're not
this time.
recklessly attacking. Okay.
So that one misses. And that one should hit.
That one also hits, so 2 successful hits. Although you did roll a natural 1.
Oh no,
Which
no.
I believe sets off clumsy.
Wait. Does it? Yeah, no, so I broke my thing. Oh,
You've
but
got
it
the other end.
recharges-
You've got the other end to use it for now, but you could also repair. It does also recharge your epithet as well, yes.
What was it? Oh, I can't immediately use it, can I?
Have you got it switched on?
Yeah.
You can't use it
So
for the roll you got the natural 1 on.
Okay, so it still breaks, but now I have it recharged.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you say rolled the natural 1 again and broke the other side of your granny stick, you'd be able to re-roll that one, but it wouldn't count as having a natural 1 for the recharge. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Well,
you take the second roll.
Then I'll do. Can I do the other attack then with the urchin stab?
Would be the urchin stab, yeah.
Okay.
We'll still take that first to hit roll, but it'll be
Oh, okay. The
Okay.
13 piercing.
and
Oh, and
2
2 poison.
So it's only 1 damage less. So if you whack twice into the pitworm, only for the axe head to get lodged in its carapace and come free, but thankfully you've added extra pointy bits to your granny stick to keep on going with it. Is that
I have to
everything?
put the axe yeah. I have to put the axe head back on to use the other attack. Is how we're making. Sorry, this
Yes.
is a new function. We're kind of on the fly. I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I
the
must
granny
have
stick
looked
as a
that up.
whole thing isn't broken. Basically, that particular head of the axe has come off.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Understood. Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Zolk! Do you remember how
Zolk's
to use
gonna-
your own character after reading Sogeg?
Gonna scoot to the edge of the pit,
The edge of the pit, that's probably wise.
and we'll get the bonus action out of the way to see if I actually miss.
That misses.
Bugger. Then I want to see what this thing's mind is like, so we're gonna cast Mind Spike.
Okay. Let me just have a look at its description as well, so I know what Mind Spike does. Because that's a level 2 spell, so it's okay, that's fine. And it needs to make a Wisdom save. Oh, it would have a bonus to that one. So that would pass. So it would only be half damage. So that would be 6 psychic. No. Oh no, it would have a minus d4 to that. It would still pass.
Understandable.
So 6 damage. And you don't
I don't-
get any additional details on its location and constant knowledge of where it is. Although that would be smart to use on something that had laid a trap for you. Because just in case it dives back into the sand, you'd know where it was.
I did think of that.
So yeah, that was pretty smart.
Wait, hang on. It has disadvantage on saving throws that I do. If I remember right, for the cursed epithet I had.
Where's this one coming from?
I
Without forethought, creatures have disadvantage against saving throws you cast that require concentration, which this does. So it does have disadvantage, but it won't last for longer than 1 round. So let's roll it again. And I'd re-roll the d4 as well. So that would become a 14, which meets beats.
Pang!
Almost.
That's right.
Almost.
I remember the rule we haven't used yet, though.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Considering how many other things you need to think of.
That's all for Rat.
Pogeg. Hiding in the pocket.
Get him, boss! As he springs out and he's going to use his bronze booties. This took a lot of reading. I did my homework. We're going to use the bronze. But where the fuck is it? There we go. Pogeg's bronze booties, and he's going to run up and kick it.
Okay, first of all, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, come on, Pogeg. Shit. I didn't think through the sand part. A dex. Alright. Oh, come on, buddy.
So he gets to here. He runs up, puts way too much weight on his bronze boots into the sand, slips, trips, and slides face first towards the pit worm. So that would be 10 feet of movement for it. So he could still use half of it to stand himself back up if you want to.
Yes, and then he'd
But
like
it
to use his.
wouldn't be able to use the. Because his movement speed was interrupted, he wouldn't be able to use the pursuit, but he's essentially not used that.
No, it's fine because he's going to use his cunning action to
there you go.
Disengage and
Try and run the
get
fuck
back
away.
in the pocket if he can.
Give me another dex save.
He scrabbles through the sand.
Can he
Come on, you
scrabble
have a
through the
really good
sand?
dex, Pogeg.
Hey,
there
he
you
made
go.
it through the sand. And dove back into the pocket.
He tried. It was valiant. Okay, I believe you see a little thumbs up out of the pocket, and that's his turn.
Nadrin.
So I'm gonna go to there. And that's my notes, not my character. And I am going to twin spell enlarge reduce, and I'm going to enlarge Skuttz and Sogeg.
Okay. That was a very, very good idea. You'll find that out when it's its turn.
Oh, good. Now I'm too big for it to eat.
I know,
Thank you,
now they're
Nadrin.
too big for you to eat, yes.
I'm a choking hazard.
You are now
Yay!
choking hazards. That was a big brain move, I like that.
Didn't do it because of that, but
No, I'm still giving you credit for it. Just be like, yes, that was the plan the entire time.
definitely. So I've used twin spell. That
You
cost
can-
me
Poof yourself full around if you want to.
2
Yes, because it's a level 2 spell.
sorcery points, and
And also you're concentrating on.
I will then. Nope, didn't mean to click that. I will then do my quicken spell, and I should be able to cast Tasha's Mind Whip.
You wouldn't be able to cast 2 leveled spells. It would have to be a
Right, okay.
cantrip.
I will go for an Eldritch Blast,
Okay.
which is
2 bolts. Oh, is
Two
it 2 with this? What is it? You're level 8, aren't you?
it goes up 5th and 11.
Okay, so
it's
a
2.
little time off, yeah.
Boop.
Well, you pinged it for 1 damage.
Great.
It helps.
Great.
Gosh.
That was worth the sorcery points, I'm sure.
It was 1 sorcery point
Yeah,
for a cantrip. That's fine.
could be worse.
And I don't think I moved 30 foot because I was.
You've also got the 10 feet of move from your sorcery.
Oh, I do. So.
You've also
I'm
got
gonna go.
stuff from your. Sure, your trident
my
does something.
I think my shoes give me an extra 10 foot as well. Yeah, I've got 40 foot move. So I'm gonna move over to here.
Yeah.
And that will be me.
Okay. Mr. Burbles.
Oh. Alright. He's actually going to be fairly useful this turn, I believe. He's going to run over here right behind Sogeg.
Okay.
Do.
I need him to make
He's
a
going
dexterity saving throw.
to... Fucking wrong button. There we go.
As he trips on the sand and slides headfirst into one of Sogeg's now slightly bigger, medium-sized legs. He is now prone.
Okay. You can hear him squawk, and it almost sounds like he says, for Mogus, as he uses his bonded action to give it to Skuttz. Skuttz, Sogeg, and Nadrin.
Okay. within 30 feet of Mr. Burbles, you're essentially blessed.
Okay.
You did good. He's not face down in the sand at Zogeg's feet, but you did good.
Yes. Well, now he's going to use his action.
It's bonus action, because he's used an action for bonded.
Oh. Oh, god damn it. Yes. No, bonus action. Yes. To touch the leg he just slid into. As he does it, he will use some loyalty points to imbue Sogeg with Dragon's Breath.
What?
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's not what I meant to do.
No, that's
but-
right, because you could just click show spell description of the... so, what type of Dragon's Breath are you giving Sogeg?
Probably fire.
Yeah, you could choose acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison.
I feel like thematically he'll go with fire.
Okay. Sogeg now has an action where he can breathe a 15-foot cone of fire.
All right then.
And then I need to spend loyalty
Something
points
like
to
that.
cast that
And it
since he
would
doesn't
be-
actually.
Yeah, 2 loyalty points.
Okay. Oh, because it's a second level,
It's a
so
second
it's
level
per.
spell, yeah.
Fabulous. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Is that everything for Mr. Burbles?
That is everything for Mr. Burbles.
Okay, well, seeing as the worm is compelled to duel against Sogeg, he's going to try and duel against Sogeg and try and chow down. Nothing would be making him at disadvantage, but he is baned, right? Okay, now
Except.
So if this question on the attack roll of a creature within 5 feet of his target. No,
Or is that only for Skuttz?
no, it has to be within 5 feet of the attacking creature.
Oh, okay. So not. Okay, so can't. Oh,
So it can
okay.
impose
Never mind.
disadvantage on
Got
the
it.
attack roll of a creature within 5 feet of it whose target isn't the psychic. So if he was
Not,
next to
not 5 feet
Skuttz,
in Sogeg, 5 feet
yeah,
next to.
5 feet
yeah.
from the actual. But say if it
Got
tried to attack Nadrin, but it was right next to it, it would still be at disadvantage because it's essentially it trying to distract it.
Gotcha.
So no, that
It's
won't
worth a
work.
shot.
It was worth a shot. You had me scared for a moment.
You should still be scared. I'm checking
A
Sogeg.
26 to hit against Sogeg.
I doubt his AC is that high.
It's close.
I am gonna use my what's it called?
Yeah, that's a.
Thassa's devotee.
It's a bunch of shit, man. Yeah.
Gives him 10 temporary hit points. And if that goes down, there is an explosion of cold damage within 5 foot, which will hit Mr. Burbles. I'm sorry.
Good.
Okay, I've not got that written there, so I think I've only got it written on your sheet. So yeah, you would minus 10 foot, so it'd be 7 piercing to Sogeg.
Was he resistant?
Not to this one. It is magical. But he's too big to be swallowed, so he at least doesn't get eaten by the worm.
And it takes 2d8 damage.
Mr. Burbles would take that because he's not within 5 feet of Sogeg.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Burbles.
Okay.
Mr. Burbles takes 11 damage.
He just thought those were some extra hard head pats. He's fine.
And then it's going to Okay. It's just going to do that one. As it tries to bite at Sogeg, it sits back a bit and then flings a wave of sand up from the base of this pit. I need Sogeg and Pogeg to make dexterity saving throws, please. We need one from Pogeg as well. Should you guys?
Sorry, what
A
save?
dex save.
Okay. So I was looking at something on Skuttz' sheet.
And as the sand flings into giant Sogeg's eyes, he slides in the sand and falls prone. And Pogeg slips out of his pocket and also falls prone. Neil, we're up to you.
Neil. Scoot to in front of me. I think.
Right, so he wouldn't have been knocked prone because he would have been. He would have had the 1 plus D4 to that, so it would just be Pogeg falling out of his pocket.
Alright.
Neil is going to try to guiding spell again.
Get it spat on. It's also a miss. It's so close.
And he doesn't get it back.
He doesn't get it back. Oh, his mouth's drying out with all this sand. Okay. Sogeg.
So how long do I get this breathe of fire thing for?
I believe so long as Mr. Burbles is concentrating on it for a minute, and it's a bonus action to do.
Well, we'll definitely do the fire first.
Can you make a 15-foot cone without hitting somebody else?
Cone. There it is.
And don't.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah!
Hey,
I don't care
perfect.
if it hits Skuttz, but there you go.
So does it have a save? Dex save, but it'll be against Mr. Burbles' DC, which. Oh god, what type of spellcaster would Mr. Burbles be? You know what, Skuttz, I'll let you pick between Intelligence caster, Wisdom caster, or Charisma caster for Mr. Burbles. What do you think he would be?
God, well, wisdom is his highest trait.
He's a wise boy.
He's Constitution, huh?
He's a wise boy. We'll go off that one. So
He's seen Granny do some stuff.
what's his wisdom modifier?
+1.
Okay, so it's an 11. Oh no, 12 to beat. It's a dex save. Okay, so it's going to take the full 3d6 fire damage from Sogeg.
Ooh. Yeah.
7 fire damage as Sogeg burps fire onto it.
Yeah, but like.
I can see one bonus attack. Does he have any others?
Uh,
Before I make sure.
He's got 2 attacks, basically. He's got his multi-attack.
So is that 2 attacks per attack action?
Yes.
Right. And I've used my bonus action, which would be the bonus attack, if I remember right. Or am I
I think you're thinking of if you're dual wielding.
right?
Disadvantage on attack rolls, creature rolls. Yeah.
I've never used bonus attacks that much, except for as a barbarian, which didn't need to care about bonus attacks.
So compelled duel. I missed a big chunk of compelled duel. The spell ends if you attack any other creature, if you cast a spell that targets a hostile creature other than the target, if a creature friendly to you damages the target or casts a harmful spell on it, or if you end your turn more than 30 feet away. So if anything else damages it, the spell ends, so it's no longer compelled.
Ah. That's weird.
It's just, remember, I think mostly because Zholk just use it, every single bonus action is just compelled duel. So basically wait till it looks injured and then finish it off, and then you get the bonuses. Rather than making it immune to fatal damage from the start.
Alright. So it's attacked me, I get advantage?
Yes.
Right. And if I remember right, he only gets the AC bonus from his shield if I'm one-handed possessor.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
You'd get a plus D4 to that as well.
Damn it. I clicked on the bless. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I thought I did.
But you successfully heard with the first hit. Would you like to Kia again?
Where's the tail?
Oh, we're going
There's
for a
the tail.
sting. Ooh.
Yeah.
So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. It just barely succeeds. Wow, I rolled low on that one.
It has a minus D4.
It has got a minus D4, thank you.
Oh no!
Close. But it still
Oh.
takes an extra 10 damage.
Some nuisances can't work on other people. I believe that's everything I'm allowed to do.
Okay. Bennett.
Bennett is going to. How long of a range is a short bow?
It should say on it, but let me have a short.
See anywhere where it says its range.
It is 320, so 80-foot short range.
Okay.
So
So
well within short range.
he is gonna steady aim,
Give himself advantage
give himself advantage,
and sneak attack, but he'd get it anyway.
and then he's gonna use his short bow, and he gets sneak attack with it as well.
Yep, because Skuttz and Sogeg are right next to it.
Okay.
And because he's got advantage. Ooh, that is a miss. That short bow is terrible. It's got a +8, and yet it's always missed.
It's a new one.
It needs a new one. I will try and remember to add a better short bow to the game. Okay, I think that's everything. Bennett can steady aim, takes away your movement as well.
Yeah.
So Skuttz, we're on to you.
Well, she just broke her Broke one end of the granny stick. She can't take her action to do it, or her
It's not a
her
bonus
rage
action
will
to
end if she
do.
fix it.
You'd have
Yeah.
to use an
So
action. Unless you've got a bonus action way of damaging it.
hold on
There is something I can think of that you could do.
There is something that I can think of that we might be forgetting. Is the sand difficult terrain? Because
It is difficult terrain, yes.
I should be having no problem on it then.
You've got no problem moving through it, but you would still have to make the dex saves to avoid falling on it, because that is a lair action as opposed to just off the difficult terrain.
Okay, so got it.
But
So I can't try to make movement and use my horn attack? And I'm too close to use the to throw stuff at it, aren't I?
You are too close to throw stuff easily at it, yes. Would you like a suggestion from the DM? You have not used your new divine epithet yet.
What's that?
The Kraken Unleashed.
Oh my god, wait, how do I use that? That's right.
It's part of being in a rage. So once you've raged, you can use that. And it would essentially count as something that requires your rage to do, so you'd be able to continue your rage next turn, essentially.
Okay, so I use my bonus action to activate my auntie's gift to become one size larger again. She's just so mad she broke it. She just gets and she
You're
gets
now
so
almost
angry
the same
that she gets
size as this
even
thing.
bigger. Yeah, and then she'll spend her turn trying to smash the axe head back onto the end and tie it back on. Stupid!
Yeah.
God dang it!
You literally pull it out of the side of this creature and just this with the size gargantuan that you are, just slam them together, and it connects. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You've had to repair that thing enough times. It's second nature to you.
All right.
Is that everything? 'Cause that was
yeah,
action, and
yeah.
you can move if you want. You wouldn't be slowed, but you'd have to still make the save.
No, the only reason I wanted to move was if I could get the bonus on the
charge,
chaotic
yeah.
charge. Yep. So no, that's it.
Zholk.
So we'll get the boring part out the way first. Is the bonus action?
No.
Bugger. Does Flash of Genius work on that? Make an ability check or saving throw. No. Alright, on to something I can actually do that might make a difference. I would just go for attempt 2 of Mind Spike. Am I allowed to upcast this? Oh wait, no, I don't have 3rd level spell slots. Never mind.
Okay, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. And has a minus D4 to it, so that's a guaranteed fail. So it takes 12 points of damage and has been... Well, it would have been a disadvantage anyway. And until your next round, you know where it is.
And something we forgot last turn. Ah, bugger it.
Oh yeah, ding dong. He's a ding dong, ding dong
I'm
style.
trying to measure again. Aha!
It's the ding dong, ding dong spell. The big brain rats are here. Oh, where are the big brain rats? Swarm of cranium rats. God, right, okay.
Not bad.
That remain for 1 round. Okay.
Can I use the remainder of my turn to ask them how to make them permanent?
First of all, let us add them to the initiative order. Okay. Well, at least they get a round in before they disappear. Let's have a look. What are you asking them?
How to make them permanent, if they know.
It would be the same way you summon them, or the same technology you use to summon them, but more specialized.
Okay, I know what to do.
Yeah, I hope that came across as it was intended, but I also don't want to directly tell you because it's more fun this way. Okay, is that everything?
Yep.
No suggestions to what you want the rats to do, other than just ask you questions.
I would. If I'm assuming too much, I guess they'd know some form of warp lightning to just shock the giant beetle.
Okay. You'll have to just see what they do.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We've got some fun in store. Pogeg, you are currently prone on the floor after falling out of the Pogeg pocket.
I guess since he's already out, he'll use his
Kick it in the
movements.
shins.
Need to stand up, and he's gonna try to kick it in the shins with his bronze booties.
Okay, so it needs to make a strength save, which would be 10 plus. What's Pogeg's strength?
It is -1.
Okay, so it's got a DC 9 saving throw. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
And boss, it's too big, boss! As he like tries to scrabble back into Sogeg's pocket with the disengaged bonus action.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Come here, you little.
Yeah, he manages to scramble up him without tripping in the sand and hides back in the pocket, which is much easier to do now it's size huge.
I like all the space, boss!
I'm so happy you're doing the voice. Can you just do Pogeg's voice from now on?
Sure. It's all my caffeinated gremlin energy.
Yeah. Natrin.
Okay. I am going to, because it's 60 foot, I am going to summon
Oh god.
Abyssal Summoning
Yeah, okay.
here.
Alright, so you're not targeting it on it, it's next to it. Okay.
Yeah.
A shark falls out of the sky. Okay, let's find the shark. Where'd the shark go? It's a hunter shark. Oh yeah, you've rolled this one before. It is specifically a shark flies out of the wrist, so it's a hunter shark with a flying speed. Put that one there. Add it to the turn order. It's going to immediately start dying because it's a shark. It can't really, breathe, but
It can attack.
it can attack until it immediately dies, so we'll see. I love the abilities you guys have. This is dumb.
And then I am going to quicken spell.
So that was your bonus action to do that one.
It was bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Did you change it?
Or is it an action? Did I set it? I thought.
It used to be.
It
was an action. I don't know if you changed it.
No, it's because I'm used to using that and then quicken spell. I'd forgotten that. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that was an action, and then you quicken spell to the right. That was me forgetting.
I am going to quicken spell and use. Yeah, I'm gonna use Tasha's Mind Whip.
Okay. Needs to make an intelligence saving throw. Let's have a look. And can't take a reaction, and it can only take a move action or bonus action. Ooh. And it's a DC 16 intelligence save, which I'll tell you now, it cannot succeed. Because it has a -5 to its intelligence. It is a bug. So it's going to take 11 psychic damage. And has been whipped.
And that will be me.
Okay, next is Mr. Burbles.
Oh.
He is currently prone and concentrated on giving Sogeg fire breath.
Oh, right. So if he gets hit, is that doing enough damage to keep it going?
It gives him basically 3d6 as a bonus action. It's something.
It's chunky.
I was gonna say if you want me to keep focusing on it, he's gonna stay put. He'll try to stand up. That's about it.
I mean, while he's in the ground, anything that's attacking him from more than 5 feet away from him will be at disadvantage.
Really? Okay. Well, then he can just chill there then.
So yeah, prone's essentially the sniper position of the. It's while your melee attacks are at disadvantage. Attacks coming at you from more than 5 feet away are also at disadvantage, but any that are within 5 feet are at advantage.
I mean, he is intermittently pretty lazy in battle, so yeah, you hear him like kind of, he's like not dozing off.
He's having a sand
but
bath like a chinchilla.
yeah, he's concentrating on just making Mogus proud and letting Sogeg breathe fire, as all his little brain is thinking about. And yeah, that's the end of his turn.
Got a bad fucking rats. Hold on, I need to work out what save they're gonna do. Thankfully, they're only there for a round, but it's still dumb. Fine. This is so stupid. Okay, first of all, wisdom saving throw. Come on, Pitworm, you've got this. Ooh, you might actually have this. -D4. It succeeds just as the swarm of cranium rats turns every single one of its dozens and dozens of brain rat faces at the worm and start chittering. As they casted Dominate Monster to try and fully mind control the worm, but it got lucky and succeeded its save. As otherwise we would have had a giant bug controlled by a swarm of rats. That would have only lasted for a turn and then just disappeared, and then you'd be fighting it again. But it would have given you a free turn, or a free round. Okay. Next is the worm itself. And it's pretty mad and pretty beaten up. And it's going to choose to only take the attack action because it can only do one of them. And he's going to choose to make it against. It's going to be against the shark. Okay. Okay, the shark is well and truly eaten by the worm. And then it's going to do the same thing again, where it's going to try and fling sand up. So Sogeg, Pokeg, and Mr. Burbles, I need dexterity saving throws, please.
There's unhappy chittering from Mr. Burbles.
That shouldn't be an advantage, but I will give him Flash of Genius.
I mean, you still got a 21.
Oh, right, yeah, we take the first one, not the... I'm thinking of
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it's not disadvantage, just we take the first one. So and Pogeg as well.
Oh, yes. Stay in the pocket.
Do you want to
We'll
use
give
Flash
Pogeg
of
the flash.
Genius for... Okay. I
You
think
have a
I think
19.
you've worked out what the DC for this particular save is. So yes, with the Flash of Genius, Pogeg managed to remain in the pocket while you survive being sand flinged in your face.
Thanks, little boss.
Okay, Neil.
Is going to attempt to do nothing.
He's
'cause
not
he
got the
can't.
guidance battle. You
doesn't
should have
have
sent him
his-
to the Screamer and given him some spells. He can slide on in there and go and try and bite him, but he's got a significant chance of being swallowed whole, so...
Yeah, that's why I'm not sending him in. He is gonna headbutt me using magically unstable.
Ooh, okay. Give you
So
spell slots back.
roll a d4.
You get 3 slots back, so either a level 3 slot, a level 1 and a level 2, or 3 level 3s. Or 3 level 1s, sorry.
I will. I will take a level 2 spell slot. So now I have 3 level 2 spell slots
You
left.
can, if you've used a level 1 spell slot, you get that back as well.
I have not.
But you have not, okay. And he takes 15 points of damage, I believe.
He
It's
takes
5 times the roll, I believe. It's based on
if
the
they can't-
old.
if they can't gain a if they can't cover a spell slot, the creature gains temporary hit points equal to 5 times the number
Okay,
rolled.
so you'd get your level 2 spell slot and 5 points of temporary hit points.
And he takes 5 times the number rolled as well.
And yeah, 15 points of damage.
So he gets. And I get 5 temporary.
5 temporary. It's based off the first version of basically Skuttz' subclass had a similar feature. But they removed it for some reason. I don't know why, because I like it that way.
And it back? No, he doesn't. That
He's
is Neil.
drying out. You need to spray him, hose him down with your great water. Okay.
The roleplay gods demand it.
Sogeg.
We're gonna start with the fire breath.
You're going to fire breath it. It needs to make a dex save. It fails. 3d6 fire damage. So you burp fire into it.
Oh god,
6 more damage.
it's garbage.
You're chunking away at it. I mean, this thing is a giant worm. It's pretty tanky. But you're chunking away at it.
Where's this divinity pile? He's got it here somewhere. Oh, he's only got 2. Okay. Well, we're going to use a channel divinity to make him do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 15.
What is Sogeg's DC? Bugger. Has it still got the minus D4?
It still does have the minus D4 though. Yes. Okay, that fails.
Yeah!
It is currently frightened of Sogeg. Okay.
So its speed is 0 and he takes 8 damage on its turn.
Right. No longer mind whipped as well. Okay. Yes.
I
It's
think
equal
that's
to
all.
half your paladin level, so it'd only be 4 points of psychic damage.
Close enough.
Bennett. Oh no, wait. That was just. Oh no, that was an action to channel divinity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bennett.
Yes.
Bennett.
No action surge here.
Keep pinging from the
It's
distance.
gonna-
You can do it, Bennett. Believe.
Yep, he's gonna aim.
He's
And
doing.
he's probably gonna
The
miss.
Bane is sort of coming in clutch.
It's still sneak attack. Cause
Still sneak attack. He's got advantage, and Skuttz is right there.
Bennett.
Okay,
Oh,
that is a
Bennett.
hit. One of those rare hits from the short bow for 24 points of damage. Just
And that is Bennett.
squeak in pain as this thing is starting to look quite ragged. Although it did get to eat a cauldron and a shark, so. And now it's going to try and eat the rest of you. But first of all, it is Skuttz.
You guys, look how big I am! Granny would love this! She points as she pulls her shirt open.
Oh no.
And she begins to grapple the giant ant to send to Granny.
Okay. I'm going to try and steal it. Does your Divine Epithet give you any bonuses to that one? It's just that when you grapple it, it's also restrained.
Oh no.
Okay.
Does it being frightened help?
It might do. Let me find out the
Oh jeez.
grape egg.
We've accidentally.
No, frightened doesn't affect it,
Shame.
which is a shame because it's one of the only conditions that doesn't affect it. Okay, so it would be that much base, and then we need to start working stuff out. So it is still one size bigger than you, so that's and it's not under any actual conditions that affect it. Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. Unless you want to try and use one of your actions to grapple it first. Because that would then give it the restrained condition, which would make it easier to catch afterwards. You've just got to use an action to, or one of your attacks to physically grapple it.
Ooh.
But it'll get a way to resist that as opposed to just being a flat DC to beat. It'll be a strength off, essentially.
I was just gonna try to do the athletics check to shove it in, but we haven't done it the other way.
Well, this is the first
Yeah,
time you're
I'll
using
try out my new
the fact that
grapple,
you're currently surrounded by like astral tentacles that basically when you grab it, it's wrapped around with all of Kiora's might.
Oh, okay. Well then, as she goes to activate that, she'll go to grapple it. Oh, Auntie Kiora would just love you. She like basically grapples into this big bear hug to try to shove it in head
give
first.
me an athletics check. It'll be against a strength check from it. Oh, a natural one from it.
Oh boy.
Okay, it is successfully grappled, which means it's also restrained. Which would then make that... Okay. So you've got 2 more attacks because of the nature of your wild magic rage. Give me 2 more athletics checks as you try and put it in the bag. Okay, that is 1 fail and 1 success.
Okay.
So you need 2 more successes to get it in the bag. God, I hate how much maths I've made the granny
I'm so
bag
sorry.
make me actually have to do, because I've got to work out how many points in or against it that it needs. Okay. Is that everything for Skuttz?
That's everything for Skuttz.
Okay, and then this thing is going to die, but I want to see how much it's going to die. Okay, yeah, it just dissolves on the inside of it. Okay. The Zholk is dead. He did his job, he took an attack. Zholk, we're on you, which means the rats disappear as well.
Yeah.
They burrow into the sand where they came from.
Alright, so we're going to take a lesson. Zolk's going to go prone. If you throw any rocks at me.
Drop. Yeah, that's fair.
And then... Ooh! We got to...
Learning from Mr. Burble.
Learning from experiences. Well, it turns out being prone's not as bad as it sounds. Oh, an actual hit with that as well. Well done.
You got a crit!
My God. I don't know why it doesn't show my... Is it a 2d8 damage, usually? Or is it 1d8?
2d8 force.
Okay, so it'd be 16, 19 damage.
And it's supposed to push the target 5 feet away from me if it hits, but I
It
imagine
is
it's...
currently restrained. It's not moving anywhere. Unless you want to push it out of Skutz's grasp and undo all of the work she just did.
No. And then on the spells end of things, I don't want to kill it, but I also don't want to leave it to be too easy to escape.
Still pretty healthy.
Right, okay.
It's going to try and fight back.
How do you do the line 5 feet wide? There we go. So I can do that safely without hurting anybody else.
Safely is a strong word.
Safe enough. So we're going to use the rat skull for solid lightning.
First, I need to check the restrain condition to remind myself of what it does. Attack rolls against the creature of advantage. It's at disadvantage and on dex saves. So this would be at disadvantage. Okay.
And Bane.
And Bane. But
And Bane.
I mean, sure, I'll roll Bane. Okay, and then immediately get to do it again. So first of all, that is 32 points of lightning damage. And you immediately cast it again without expending a spell slot, or basically the charges from the skull. It's just an extra free cast.
Yeah!
So again, disadvantage on the dex save. With the minus d4, just because I know you want to see it get below 0. Not as strong that time. Go go ahead and ring the bell.
Oh yeah, it rings the bell again.
Okay.
It's lovely.
So technically, because it's not a targeted spell, it wouldn't get affected by that one. So that one won't go off
This is fair.
because it's an area of effect one. Otherwise, that would mean everybody in that area of effect will also take it, which can be good and can be bad. But when it specifically says target, it needs to be a targeted spell.
Fair enough.
It's the randomness of the screaming bell, because that could also mean that when you're targeting someone with cure wounds, who knows? Still, you got 2 casts of lightning bolt. I'll tell you now, you took half of its remaining hit points off.
Big bonk.
You big zapped it. Is that everything?
Yep.
Okay. Sogeg.
Feisty as he is, he leaps out of the pocket one more time to attack with his bronze booties. He just wants to kick this thing. It's so big and he's so small.
It's a dex save. Oh no, it's a strength save. Okay. It still passes.
As he mutters,
Because it's a 9 to beat. He literally
Is
can't.
it safe?
he's going to use his coconuts as he runs back and uses the disengage action to try to get back in the pocket.
Oh no, sorry. It's just because where all the strengths are, I'm rolling the wrong one. That should have been dex. So that would actually be a -1. So yes, he would get the hit this time.
Was it a dex save?
Yes, dex save.
Bane.
I mean, he got a natural 1. He's already at -1. Do you really want to? I mean, okay, he's now at -5.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Go ahead and give me 2d6 -1. Or 2d10 -1, sorry. 2d10.
Oops.
10 points of kicking in the face damage. You kicked at shins.
Yeah, boss, did you see that? I got him, yeah!
It's convincing hoof noises.
Yeah.
Which I did give
Did
him
he
an
make
epithet
it?
for that. It's just that with Sogeg not here, because it basically has inspirational support. When he takes the help action, you can allow the target to reroll damage dice of the helped action, but must take the second result. So if you help somebody makes an attack roll, they can reroll the damage.
Oh my god.
Because of his sweet coconuts.
Does he need to make a dex save in the sand?
He does need to make a dex save in the sand, yes. He makes his dex save in the sand.
So he disengages with cunning. Cunning disengage, whatever it is.
Cunning action.
I know he's okay. Yeah, and he runs away and back into the pocket he goes.
Okay, Nadrin, this thing is looking beaten and bloody. What do you like to do?
I want to help.
It's a
To
can
get it-
you inflict conditions on it without causing too much damage? That's the bit. You've got it in the red health. If you're playing Pokemon, you now need to inflict paralyze, poison, burn, that kind of stuff. Put it to sleep. I know you've got something that won't make all that much of a difference, actually, now that I look at its stats. I was about to suggest you try and feeble mind it, but it's already at intelligence 1.
Can I cast Big B's hand and use it to help Skuttz push it into the bag?
Hold on. I need to look
my
at the rules
God.
for Bigby's hand. I don't think I have ever seen it used in a game. You create a large hand that does stuff as a bonus action. You can have it do stuff. Strikes a creature. Forceful hand can push a creature. Okay. So first of all, let's go get you a token for Big Beast. It would drop your enlarge reduce though.
Oh, it's concentration.
It's concentration.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn it. That was a good idea.
It was a very good because it's got forceful hand. It can literally push. I would let it make a granny bag check essentially.
I can't do that.
But you
Those
can't do that
Skuttz
because
needs
you
to be
need
big.
Skuttz to be big.
I don't know if I've got anything else. I don't think I've got anything else that can help. It's already difficult terrain. Can't make more difficult terrain. Is it affected by its own difficult terrain?
You would assume not if this is its home, but from how it's been, it doesn't really move. It's quite slow. It's not something that will chase you down. It's something that waits until something comes to it, and is all about moving you rather than moving itself.
I have an idea.
That's a
It's
dangerous thing.
It's probably not that great. But I am also concentration. No, that doesn't help either. I've got nothing that can help. I've really got nothing that can help here.
Well, you can pass the turn if there's nothing you can think of particularly doing. You can just throw rocks and sand at it from a distance. Maybe try and speak with animals and see what's on its mind. I don't know.
Wait, didn't Skuttz give her one of those rocks earlier? Does she still have it?
No,
if
you,
I haven't
you
made any
threw
more
all
rocks.
you threw all the rocks at the
Okay.
crabs. Yeah, you need to make more.
Oh yeah, that's right.
rocks.
She made the roll. Damn. Ah.
Yeah, I've got nothing I can do to help. Anything I can do will drop the concentration.
I've got an idea. It's you can throw your trident because
No,
that won't do lethal damage.
It won't. I'll need to make sure it gets retrieved afterwards.
Yeah, it's kind of getting rid of your main spellcasting focus, so maybe not the best thing to throw, but if it's already restrained and slowly going in the pocket, making it completely unconscious will make it even easier to put in the pocket.
I think we're good. If there's nothing that you can do, I think I have an idea. Mr. Burbles can help.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Okay, we'll move on to Mr. Burbles then.
As he's been sitting here, prone, he has to use his movement to stand up. Yeah?
Yep, half his movement to stand up.
Okay. Then he will use Misty Step to go back here
Okay, yeah, he'd be able to do
on his
that.
bonus action.
Yeah.
And I'd like him to use his action to help try to headbutt and shove it in.
Okay. It would be a strength or a athletics check at disadvantage, just because of how much bigger it is than he is. Because it's more than like 2 sizes bigger than it. Yeah, he's not quite strong enough to get it in there.
Angrily screeches. Although Sogeg, you no longer have fire breath.
I mean, Misty Step doesn't require concentration. You can continue concentration.
It's only if he
on
gets
that.
hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. Oh.
The pit worm is going to be at disadvantage because it is restrained, but in its desperation at being headbutted by a weird bird dog, it's going to try and bite Mr. Burbles with a 15 to hit. Let's just say thank fuck
AC is 16.
yeah, thank fuck for Bane. Otherwise, Mr. Burbles would have just been swallowed by the worm.
Oh, God. Yeah!
Yay, Bane!
Okay. Neil, can you do anything? Can you recharge your spittle? He's tried his best.
Yeah, he's just so small, and this thing is so big. He's terrified of it.
It's pretty big. I have had to make gargantuan sizes even bigger just because of how much growth you guys have. I'd like to point out the size difference of tokens between Skuttz at the moment and Zholk. So yes, I have had to make monsters much bigger than they usually are, just because.
Well, yeah, Neil is terrified he's gonna get swallowed whole. He just watched Mr. Burbles nearly get swallowed whole.
If it wasn't for Bennett's bad luck, he's cast his bad luck onto the worm.
And he is just gonna try and recharge. And he doesn't get it.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
Good job, Neil.
He's trying. Sogeg, can you cause conditions without killing it?
I mean, I can make it not take lethal damage from anyone.
There's also that as well. You can make sure it can't take lethal damage.
So again, what else we got here?
There's 2 things I can think of off the top of my head. But there's also a lot of things that Sogeg can do.
Do paladins have to prepare spells, or are these red dots something else?
The red dots are his prepared spells, I'd imagine.
Okay. What's this one? One word. Oh. What's the one word opposite of resist?
Because Sogeg has words of power as well if you want to take a big risk on those ones.
Yes.
Good answer.
I already have the hint from last time.
Okay, you use Wall of Treasure. Okay. Let's have fun with this. Let's have fun with this. So go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
We like doing that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another d6 for me. Okay. Oh my god, okay.
Oh my god.
It's just like my orc game yesterday.
Go ahead and roll a d4 for me. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Give me another D4. Let's see how bad this goes. So, fired from Sogeg's words of power, his wall of treasure, just fires 4,100 gold pieces as they just keep pinging into the worm. Go ahead and roll 2 D8 for me. It would probably need to make a be a dex save usually on those ones. So it takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage, but there's now 4,100 gold pieces scattered all over the place. Well done, you used payday. You used Meowth's payday. There you go. I love that. I'm so proud of how Words of Power works. It's so much fun. Okay. Well, that was your action. You fired a wall of treasure.
Is Compelled Duel a bonus action?
It is a bonus action.
Fight me!
Okay. Wisdom save. It fails. It is compelled. Are you declaring you're going to take his skull?
Yes, even though I'm not.
Okay. It is immune to non-lethal or immune to lethal damage. So it'll still take damage. It just can't go below 0. Okay, Bennett.
Since it now can't go below the... gonna just try and aim again.
Leave.
Probably gonna miss.
Hey, that's a hit.
Ooh.
It did it.
That's
A lot of damage.
quite a lot of damage.
That is, 31 points of damage.
I just realised this is supposed to have been at advantage this whole time.
Oh, also, yeah, you didn't use advantage. Go ahead and roll it again.
1.
Go on, get the 20. Well, not quite a crit, but still, you hit it for 31 points of damage. This thing is looking weak. It has definitely bitten off more than it can chew. It's used to wagons and treasure hunters coming through here, not a party of mortal champions that have the power of gods and ancient monsters on their side. So, Skuttz, we're on to you.
Gleefully, she continues to try to send this to Granny.
So it is. Plus.
Don't know if that's enough, but take +3. And the amount of uses of that.
Okay, let me have a look. So, how are you adding the Flash of Genius to that first roll?
Just in case.
It doesn't succeed now. That is 1 success and 2 fails. You've got 2 more attempts though. That is a third fail.
Wait. No. I recharged my thing.
Yes, you did.
So instead of failing the grapple and losing the
You're
snag,
going
I would like to use my failing successfully charge.
Okay, so that is 2 successes and 2 fails. It all comes down to this next one. No pressure.
I've been adding bless to these.
Yes, you should have.
Well, I'll remember on this next roll. How about that? Or I don't need it. But we'll do it just to,
It is lucky you had bless, as it was currently at a 21 DC.
Oh my god.
So the way I work out DC for this is it's base 15, and then it has a bunch of either pluses or minus just depending on it. So it gets a plus based on its CR, and considering this was based off the purple worm, it was challenge rating 15, so it was then up to DC 30, and it's still a size larger than Skuttz, so it's DC 31, but it had less than 25% HP, so that is a -5. It was restrained, which was another -5, so it became 21. But that is exactly 21 and meets beats as you cram the pitworm and keep just pulling it out, just more and more of this worm-like creature out of the ground, this huge lava of some horrifying bug as it just filters into the bag.
Opsy daisy, you guys, it's like a giant noodle as she just pulls chunk after chunk of it towards
I
the
hope
granny hole.
you're now aware that that is in the granny bag now.
You're welcome, everybody. Thanks for your help.
Uh,
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Okay, let me just add that. There we go. Somehow you managed to fit the entirety of the worm in the bag. Well done. That went way easier than I thought it was. I thought that was going to be an actual difficult fight. That you decided to just continually body slam it. I will keep in mind that one purple worm isn't enough.
3 purple worm.
That was a purple worm?
That was the base of a purple worm. Usually purple worms have 2 attacks rather than 1. But instead of giving it the extra attack, I gave it the arena effects of, based off of, as you could probably tell, an antlion, where it was able to fling sand at people to try and drag them closer to it so it can actually swallow them. Because if it swallowed you, it does a lot of damage. I mean, in one round, it killed the entirety of the shark and Skutz's cauldron. If honestly, naturally, if the clutch of that was you using enlarge reduce on Sogeg and Skuttz, because if you hadn't done that, they would have been swallowed whole and been in serious danger.
I almost sent Mr. Burbles going in face first, but
Yeah.
you know, not until the end. But
That
he figured
and Bane,
out what.
those two were the
Oh
like the
my God.
biggest like.
Bane was so good.
Yeah, Bennett's had Bane since like session 2 or 3.
Need to like.
You need to remind him of these, but he's got a lot of spells because
Him
they're from
about
his
it.
epithets and stuff like that.
Like he's got 2 on his character sheet. Which is Bane and Vampiric Touch.
He's also got, from one of his epithets, it's mass disguise self. So it's disguise self that you can cast on everybody, which would have been very helpful in a lot of different situations if everyone had remembered.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me actually find the epithet for it to remind you what it is. The seeming. So he knows the seeming spell. You can cast it once per long rest.
Ah, right, okay.
He's also got a version of Skutz's Firewalk that you used to have. So, I assume you take a deep breath, let your concentrations drop. Is there anything you'd want to do in the pit of the antlion, or the pit worm?
Zolk's eyes are going to be gleaming and slide into the pit and start collecting all the gold.
Start just scooping gold as you get 4,100. That could have gone so much worse, but the fact that you got the 6 on how many dice I roll and what size of dice I roll. So I ended up having to roll 5d20. That could have gone so much. Also, I rolled terrible on it. I got a 7, 10, 14, 8, and 2 on 5d20. That could have gone so much more. That could have ended up at probably 10,000 gold, I think is the maximum that probably could have been.
What's power, man?
Crazy.
For a level 1 spell. But it's a very random spell. You cannot fully rely on it, but it's fun, which is why I love it. Zolk, give me an investigation check as you dig through the sand.
Oh no. Oh no.
So as you dig, you can see the sand is quite thin. There's still the big hole where the pitworm used to be, and you can see the coins sliding in to fill it. As I am going to say with a natural 1 on that one, I'm not going to be overly mean with it, but I'm going to say 1,000 of those coins disappear into the sand. So you only get 3,100, not 4,100.
That's still a good chunk
It's
of
still
gold.
a shit ton of money. And that's only the first bit of an encounter on your way to a place that keeps getting referred to as a treasure hunter's spot. So, yeah.
Well, I've added it to the party inventory.
Add it to that party kitty. You're gonna completely destroy the economy of Theros.
We haven't already?
Don't we have to figure out how to carry that much gold around? Like, that's not light.
That is also true, because that will be probably too heavy for a single bag of holding, especially with everything else in there.
How is encumbrance calculated again?
There is a simplified encumbrance, and I can't remember what it is. Ability scores, encumbrance. Based off of strength, I know that. Skills, passive checks. Strength checks. Carrying. Very encumbrance. It 5 times your strength score is the maximum weight you can carry.
Okay, so calculator. And how much would 3,100 gold weigh?
Well, it's not just that there's the gold you already have as well.
I mean, Zholk himself is only carrying 70.
So we've just got mysterious gold stored. Alright, Skuttz will dump out some of her junk and these other things. I'll send you a list of the stuff that she'll put into the granny bag after the game. It's just probably like the gray rendered hide, the elephant hide.
Well,
But there's a few things she'll keep.
I'm trying to think of what a typical weight thing is. I don't tend to do the encumbrance of the pound. So I'd say just to keep it as simple as possible, 100 gold to each pound you can carry.
Okay. Minus.
I know that's probably not the accurate weight of that much gold, but that's easier to work out.
I'll also just basically empty out most of my bag of holding into the granny bag. I'll message you what later, but I'll leave
God. Okay.
I'll leave the bag of holding to hold it's the bag of gold holding now.
I believe you may even have a spell for this as well. Did anyone get the secret chest or the Mordenkainen's private sanctum?
Someone got private sanctum.
That was me.
Oh no, that's the wrong one. I thought it was the similar to a demi-plane sort of one, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Was it? It was 100 gold to £1 or £10.
To £1.
Oh, I can carry it all. Because of the gauntlets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have no business being that strong.
Because I've got 31.3 of my encumbrance left. And that's enough for the pile. So I just can't take anything else.
Well, don't forget, in the party inventory, you already had nearly 5,000 gold in assorted shit.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing about that one.
And then you've got precious stones. You've got all your actual things like Bennett bought potions and stuff like that. The shell of the shoreline scrapper. You've not done anything with this fleece main pelt, those sort of things. You've got other stuff you need to carry. Maybe it's time to invest in a portable hole.
Ooh. Hey, well, Skuttz is still real big. Can she look around and see if anybody wrote any words in Primordial around us?
You're looking for desert written in sand.
Yeah, or mountain, or
We're looking for sand written in sand.
Looking for worm written in the hole. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay, it's fun. So you look out into the distance, try and spot anything of curiosity or interest, and you can see just on the horizon over the next few dunes, there seems to be something very clearly man-made coming out of the sand, surrounded by a few tents and a couple rising pillars of smoke. But as that's not the bit you're actually looking for, you're looking more for words in primordial. Let me just double check that it's not a different one.
Technically both, but in character one. Yeah, I'm trying to survey the area. But also, if there's no primordial on the mountains, I'd like to ask Zholk if he can, like, put my mountain on the side of the mountain for us with his artificer thing.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Wait. It has to be my mountain, fuck off. And I'll write it out for him in primordial in the sand. And then I'll go back down to small after I've looked around. But I would like to have Zholk help me graffiti the mountain.
Alright, so it's going to write my mountain, fuck off of. Make it fancy.
Or I was going to say it was Skutt's spelling's a little off.
I also speak primordial, so
It's also going to be botched since he doesn't know primordial, I guess.
Yeah.
The telephone game. Someone's going to look at it and they're like, what does this say? I would like to use decipher language. This is indecipherable.
I'll just surveil it, be like, yeah, it's close enough.
Like half celestial, half primordial, I guess.
Some of the letters are backwards. You're just like slow blinking at it and giving us the thumbs up.
Just like, yeah.
Okay. But aside from that, there's nothing in particular that you can spot, other than, let's say, there's this sort of man-made pillar just over the next dune. It seems to have where's the this something glinting in the harsh sunlight, this sort of reddish glow to the very tip of it, that if you weren't as tall as you were when you were looking for it, you wouldn't have spotted it.
Hey, you guys. She scrabbles up the hill as best she can. Or however long it takes. She's gonna point in the direction, and there's something over there. You guys want to go check it out? Maybe there's some more stuff for me to wrestle and send to Granny. Oh, Bennett, where'd you come from?
Okay.
Oh, you're so quiet.
Is there anything more you want to do in the big sandy pit?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to write my mountain.
In the sky?
Yes.
We're gonna start a fight with the griffins.
Are you what language are you writing it in?
Ooh, what do I know? Hang on.
Because you need to pick a language the griffins would know. Otherwise, just random people look in the sky and be like, why do those clouds say my mountain?
You know, so that we don't start a fight with the griffin, we're going to go with undercommon.
Okay. So you're writing it in Skaven, essentially.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even know what undercommon is.
It's the common language of the world between worlds. So essentially the Underdark of Theros.
Ah, okay.
It's the language things like rat folk, kobolds, Kuatoa, those sort of things. Was there anything that lives in the tunnel system in between the surface of Theros and the underworld?
Ah, okay.
So you right. It just looks it almost looks like common, but it's sort of misshapen, or it's some of the letters just seem different enough that it doesn't fully make sense, but you can kind of get the gist of it. Now takes up a shape made of clouds in the sky. It does require concentration. I need you to also ring the bell.
Ooh.
Okay.
There's some rats for a...
How long do the rats last, and how many rats do we get? That's 1 minute, so it's 10 minutes, but how many rats do we get? We get 3 swarms of rats. I'm not going to put it on the screen because you're moving past them, but to herald in the writing on the sky, almost as if reacting to it like a war cry, dozens, if not hundreds, of tiny rats start pulling themselves out of the sand and surrounding Zholk.
Is that normal? Well, it seems normal enough. She shrugs it off.
It's Zholk. It's normal for Zholk. Right, I will quickly move you to the next bit, and then we'll.
That explains what happened to that dolphin. I was just trying to get in the bag.
I didn't realize
Shoot
we'd
it
get
into
this
pieces.
first, so I will just put Sogeg back on the map. So you're in the bottom corner. So as you push on forward, you find a small encampment not far over a ridge. You see multiple people in very clearly a crow and armor, stacking boxes onto some simple carts, as well as 4 big tents surrounding what looks to be a very, very dried out water source. And at the far end of this encampment is a large stone obelisk, which at the top of which is, well, you can't see it from here. When Skuttz was as tall as she was able to see that there was some sort of red thing glinting in the light. But what you can see from here is that at the top there seems to be writing in a weird language. But as soon as it gets to eye height, it seems to have been scrubbed off and had something written in common, sort of lines of common going down. So it was once some language that none of you can fully understand, and then it seems like something's come up and basically smoothed it off and then rewritten stuff in common. And I think that's where we will put a pause in it, unless there's anything you want to quickly do in this setup bit.
No, but I'd like to note that Skuttz is going to double check that his centaur outfit is still in check after we had the battle.
We'll do that at the beginning of the next session to make sure that yes, Sogeg
On
is
that
still in
note,
disguise.
I was gonna say Bennett will use seeming.
Actually cast seeming. Oh, I need to remember what it does. So it is not concentration. It lasts for 8 hours. Any number of willing creatures that he can see can choose a new illusory appearance. The spell disguises physical appearance as well as clothing, armor, weapons, and equipment. You can make each creature seem a foot taller or shorter, appear thin, fat, or in between. Can't change the target's body type, and they have the same arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you. So for most people, you'd be able to make them look like anything of a similar humanoid body type. Zholk would have to be something still size small, and Sogeg would still need to be something with 8 legs.
But what if we have him looking like he has 4 legs already?
Yeah.
I will
Or does that
also
not
say
apply?
that there are 4 types of Lamia that you know of in Theros. There are Scorpion Lamia, like Sogeg, Serpentine Lamia, so snake body, Leonin Lamia, so lion's body, and Arachne Lamia, so spider body. So you can basically change from a scorpion to a spider if you want.
Oh.
But the main
Yeah.
point is you can even leave him as a scorpion. The point is changing his face more than his body.
Jim. It's
The
Jim
face
time.
is recognizable.
Yeah, I think we I think you seeming make his armor look different
Yeah.
and change his face.
Okay.
I think that's the best option here.
Well, you'll have to remind me at the beginning of next session, but that's fairly important. So let's do our end of session wrap up. Piety points. So everyone's got control of pretty much everyone's character, so you can note down what additional piety and story they get for these. But because everybody's taken over somebody else's characters to be able to continue playing, for the 3 of you that are here, for any piety points I give your characters, double them. For any piety, story, or loyalty points, because as a reward for playing an additional character. So when I say that you get a point for playing, Sogeg and Bennett would not get 1 point, but Nadrin, Zholk, and Skuttz, you'd get 2 points. Divine agendas. Did I remember to actually change them? I believe so.
Yes.
So
I
that's
forgot about that.
a no,
Mine
no for
never came
Zholk.
up.
Yeah, that didn't really come up. So that's a no for Bennett. Definitely a yes for Skuttz. That's 2 points to Skuttz. That's a point for Sogeg because it's basic Sogeg.
I didn't even need to see it.
Fight something, yeah. No, I'm going to give a point to Nadrin for that one.
Okay.
Because you used your magic to make sure that the party didn't get eaten by the worm. If it wasn't for your enlarge reduce, Sogeg and Skuttz would have been eaten. They may not have died, but they would have definitely been injured. Yes, I will give you a point for that one. Or 2 points for that one. You perform a ritual sacrifice or great action in the name of your god. Let's say no for everyone. Actually, no, I'm going to give a point to Skuttz for that one. And did you act in a way that exemplifies the ideals of your patron god? I put a yes to everyone for that.
And it is now at 70.
Well, I need to spend some of those. No wonder he was able to.
71.
No wonder he was able to use 20 of them to blow up the Oni. God.
I'm now at
I'm in this.
71.
Okay,
same
you
boat,
need
yeah.
to start spending those piety points. Or I need to give you
Okay.
less of them. Make your agendas harder. But it's more fun to give them to you, though. I need to give you more ways to spend them. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like mass suggestion. Crabs. It's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. That was fun. That was especially considering Sogeg can speak to crabs. But we'll get to that in a moment. Story
Oh, no.
points. So that's a point for Sogeg and Bennett, and 2 points for everyone else. Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means? It was supposed to be a great challenge. You completely annihilated it, so yes, you did. Did you make a significant discovery or unearth some lost history? You could have done, but you got lost by the fact that the rock was named Stone. That distracted that entire what this is clearly something. It's like, well, it's got the word stone on it, so that's all that matters.
It resulted in us just writing my
So it's
mountain
literally just
later.
pet rock.
Oh no, so sorry. Oh.
Did you perform an act worthy of a new epithet? I definitely think we've got some new epithets from this one. Because we've got the mass suggestion on animals from Sogeg of the animal wrangler. Oh. I have to give one to Skuttz as well for being able to capture something that big in the granny bag.
That wasn't easy either. Like we
Exactly.
actually managed to
It was
stack stuff right.
if you hadn't done anything to it, if you just went and immediately tried to catch it, it was a DC 31. If you hadn't made yourself bigger, it would actually have been a DC 34.
Well, and then Bane.
So yeah, it's
Bane was
good.
and
helpful.
Bane, yeah. So I will give
Lightning
one
bolt.
to give one to Bennett as well for Bane. The lightning bolt, you just basically got a natural 20 on your lightning bolt. Well,
It was beautiful.
it was pretty good.
Helped with capturing. All that matters.
I might give you one for like Rat Master or something like that, because you did summon a lot of rats.
Oh yeah.
And you were asking questions about having permanent rats, so this might be a solution to that.
Can I don't know if it's a dumb thing to ask for or not. Mr. Burbles learning to relax and just concentrate on one thing. Could he maybe can you concentrate on only one concentration spell at a time?
Yeah.
Could he be completely like prone but concentrate on two, or is that broken?
What I would say would be, I'll give him focused, and when he's prone, he'd get advantage on saving throws to maintain his concentration.
He is in his zen.
Yes. Zen, but he's lying down.
Because he likes to be a little loaf, so being able to have him be a little loaf while he actually helps out is kind of awesome. All right.
Okay, is that it for epithets? I think pretty much everyone's got one.
All I did was cast enlarge reduce. I don't think it's really worth anything.
It's also considering you've got quite a lot of effect in large reduce already, so it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd want to improve that. I might, in fact, yeah, I will give you the story point for that, and probably add an additional bonus to Hype Woman. Where is it? Yeah, I might take another look at that and add like an extra thing to it, and do it that way. I do want to give, because it was a good moment and was a clutch moment as well, so I do want to reward it.
Well, because she kept us too big to get snagged
Exactly, and
Choking
that
hazard.
completely changed the thing. So, loyalty points. So this is for Pogeg, Neil, and Mr. Burbles. They get the point for playing. You get a point for them all fighting. Did you sacrifice something for the good of your companion? I'm going to say no. But did your companion perform an incredible action? I will give a point to Pogeg and to Mr. Burbles. As Pogeg managed to land a kick with his booties, even though it's a DC 9. And Mr. Burbles, as you say, had that dragon's breath concentration thing. The whole thing.
That was awesome. That's what he picked up from the Screamer.
That's what he picked up from the Screamer, and it was fitting. He did it well. Okay, so with that, we will put a pause in it for today. Oh yeah, we may need to add maybe a party epithet of in memorial to Mr. Guy Man. Or what do we call it? What was it? Guy Person or whatever it was.
Yeah, no, it was Guy Man.
Guy
It was
Man.
Guy
Horse
Man.
It was
Mare.
Guy Man
And
and Horse Mare
I
And his
think
pet
his
rock
full
star.
and
name
his
should
pet
be Guy
pet
Person Man.
Rockstone. Yeah.
We may not have uncovered the lore we were supposed to, but we found the lore that was in our hearts.
Yeah, you created new lore there. That you changed the way the stories of Theros are told. No longer was that actually a treasure hunter with a hint towards the next adventure you're going on. No, that was Guy Man, Horse Mare, and Pet Rockstone.
I'm gonna talk about them at every tavern we go to, and I'm gonna bring
In
out
memorial.
I'm gonna bring Stone out. We'll talk about it.
Well, it may come up in the next session because I had something planned that it might affect, even though it was not the intention of what might be happening. I'll leave it as that tease. But thanks everyone for playing. Thanks everyone for watching, whether you've watched us live over on twitch.tv/ScuttsButts, or whether you've watched the VODs over on YouTube on the Satyr Atlas YouTube channel. We will be back next week, hopefully with our missing party members. It's sad that they weren't feeling too great today, but hopefully we'll be back on track next Thursday.
Awesome. We got the links over there in the description if you want to check out the YouTube channel and get up to date on all the previous content. You can go check it out, and otherwise we'll be here same time next week. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
We need to work on
Sorry,
that
I got
outros.
distracted.
Bye.
Bye.